All right, friends. Quick donation from Lane DeBello, $5. Good luck, Colin. Much love from the KOTOR community. And we are all set up here for Battletoads and Double Dragon with Colin.
Oh, is it already?
There we go.
Woo!
That's awkward. Talking about shoelaces.
No, man.
Hello, I'm Colin Bolt. I run this game.
Yeah.
This is actually my second speed game ever. It's very nostalgic. It has a great OST. It goes by really quick, so I'll do my best to explain everything. But yeah, if I'm not talking, then just enjoy this amazing soundtrack. So who won the bid war? Billy or Bimmy, Jimmy? Just ignore the L's there. It's Bimmy.
The winner was Bimmy Lee.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So, I don't know. Like the timing starts kind of funny. It's just like RTA, but I don't know how we do that.
Just give a countdown of whenever you want to start.
All right. So I'll try to be as accurate as possible, I guess. All right. So 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. So I'm gonna start off by kicking these guys to the left. The progression of the screen scrolling works by the way these guys fall. So if you don't hear them hit the ground, like psh, that means that then the screen will keep scrolling.
So if they don't hit the ground, the screen will keep on continuously scrolling?
Yeah. That's like a super tight window there. That guy, normally they take 2 hits, but since that guy only takes 1, you can jab him like when he's close enough to the ground, but not so close that you'll grab him. Because if you try to jab when you're like in front of one of them, you'll end up grabbing them actually. That's really slow. So you're gonna see me abuse this kick move here a lot. It's like a little manipulation there that I came up with kind of recently to get the guys to go down so you can hit that guy off screen and keep scrolling. So yeah, you saw those like little ball pit arm guys is what I like to call them. They look like the ball pens, you know, from like the McDonald's or whatever. Or ever been there in the playground. They usually take like 2 hits, but since we got this little dash kick, we can do like a knee press on them, which causes smash damage or whatever, and instantly one hits them. So now we're coming up to the first boss, Wobo. He takes 10 hits plus
Dude, his
1.
eyes.
Way to go.
And that's game.
Hey.
So that's level 1. So level 2 is actually probably the most frustrating level in my opinion, because although this game doesn't have very much RNG, it does have RNG here. So there's these dynamite guys that are going to be coming up in a bit, and you'll see hopefully me throw all the dynamite into the door at the same time, but there's a possibility he might throw 1 or more sticks like right on top of each other. And the way this game works is like it likes to take priority to the thing that you don't want to target at all. So you'll see me later on actually use that to my advantage, hopefully. But it can kind of mess you up if you know, stuff like that where he throws the dynamite all on top of each other happens. So fortunately it didn't happen this time, so cool. Just take the free life there for swag, because why not?
So we saw you select characters in the beginning. Do they all have different movesets? Is one stronger than the other, or is it just kind of all the same?
Yeah, unfortunately, the Toads are really weak in this game, which is why we use Bimmy and Jimmy.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but they actually move slow. Like all their animations are really, really slow. So where you saw me pick up the stick like that, the Toads would still be picking up the stick while the guy's beating them up.
So it should be called Double Dragon in Battletoads.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Double Dragon.
Just super double dragon Toad. Okay, so that was really not okay. That stinks.
You're doing great, man.
Yeah, you really are too. So when you throw the dynamite, do you have to be a certain distance away? Because I see you backing up there.
Well, as you saw there, the first, when I tried to get the first 3 in there, the one just kind of sat to the side of the door. If you're not in like a somewhat specific spot, then it won't enter the door or it'll bounce past or whatever, you know.
Okay.
That's a cool vehicle.
Also, this level is the greatest. It's just a giant auto scroller, so you can read. Now is a great time for donations.
Sure thing. Let's see here. We have $15 from Gustav64. Took the week off to watch the 10th anniversary of GDQ. Have been watching since CGDQ. Look forward to many more. Can I get one more?
I like to live dangerously. You just kind of stand in there and jump off before they hit you. This guy, he's mean. We don't really want to kill him because if we do, it just causes another wave of capsules to spawn, and that's slow. So, or actually, I'm not really sure if it's even that much slower, to be honest. We don't need the lives anyways, so.
He's just coming up to you, ask you if you've been drinking your water, man.
Oh yeah. Nah, he's too mean. He doesn't care about my hydration.
You see him, he's got a glass of water in his hand. He's like, hey.
Could be.
I don't know, man.
These sprites are just so weird.
Yeah, they are.
And this sprite reminds me of like the boy from Secret of Evermore.
Oh, yeah.
I can't like unsee it now.
It does kind of
Yeah.
a little.
It's just the hair.
Yeah.
It's that amazing hair.
So there is an interesting strat coming up on the next boss here, where we can one-hit him if we kick really low to the ground and perform a dash kick. So hopefully we get it. If we don't, it's not really that big of a deal, but it'd be cool to show off. So
Why'd the car explode?
We're just done with it.
all right, we got it. Cool. So that's actually really awesome.
Hey.
So this level is both my favorite level and also probably one of the most difficult levels.
Look at those animations. Holy crap.
There's going to be a lot of very technical things going on really quick.
He turned into a tornado. I would hope that's like extremely technical.
So there's a interesting glitch here that if you ever played the NES version, you know you can perform really long jumps. Normally you'd have to, you'd have to like throw this rope and it causes animation and all that. But if you do a dash and then neutrally jump before you start to like hold right or left, you'll perform.
Oh no!
That just looked bad.
So there's some more auto scroller action that unfortunately we cannot skip.
This is a good time for a couple more donations.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
We have $5 from Tiny Tim. Hi all. Had to donate for my main man Colin. Good luck with the run. Amazing to see you at GDQ. Cheers.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks.
Those are Colin noises, by the way. That
does
just
that.
happens sometimes.
Okay, so this strat is super difficult, and I missed it, but that's fine.
I don't even know what the strat is.
We want to kick the first mob into the one on the left there, and what happens is they end up whipping each other.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen, but we're just gonna pretend that it didn't.
I didn't see a thing.
So by holding the jump button, actually, when we're falling, it like decreases, like it gives you moon gravity. You just kind of float. So we can spawn on the other side there and just def abuse, def war pipe.
Hype.
So there's another interesting trick here. We can juggle this bird, and what happens is normally we have to, the screen will scroll, it'll wait a second, and more mobs will appear. But if I can get this, oh, I didn't get it. But we can spawn all the mobs at the same time. We got the first one, which is still actually really good because it's kind of hard and laggy if they all spawn at the same time. So that might even be faster. I don't know. Saves like a second or two. It's cool.
These sound effects are just so good, though.
Great.
Skipping those crushers and like running like that is actually really difficult. You kind of have to, what you want to do is you want to hold A as you hit the very edge of the ground there, and then like immediately let go of it. And what it does is it makes it so you don't like jump, or because normally you'll just like jump over or like above the level that you want, but you want to hit the ground immediately. So this happens randomly. I don't know why. And it's not the worst thing in the world because we want to take damage here anyways, but yeah.
I'm glad you made it past the flying spaghettios of death.
Yeah, they can literally just trap you, and I don't know why it happens. So it's a little scary, not too much, but yeah. We want to take a death there for iframes. Wait a second here. You can actually start to throw the rope immediately, but it just prevents you from being able to hit this bird early.
He's got some major control of this rope.
Very slow.
That is for sure.
Define the laws of gravity right now. It's insane.
It's just swing back and forth. You know.
Simon Belmont, eat your heart out.
I bet that guy drinks a lot of water.
All right, so yeah, we can just kind of hug the wall here. You read some more donations if you want. If you got them.
Sure thing. Give me just. We have $25 from Plume84. First time donating. Thank you all so much for your love and support.
This is Roper. He's kind of a pushover, and he decided to walk forward. So that's actually really good. He can
Do that.
but he can also walk backwards and start to like charge his gun, and it just loses us time. But ultimately, we want to just juggle him like that. All right, so cool. And that's level 3. There's gonna be a lot of mashing and focusing, so
Yo, man, I love asteroids.
Oh, I thought it was Solar Jetman.
yeah,
It's rare.
they just decided to throw this level in here because why not? You know, everybody needs a shoot 'em up level in their beat 'em up game. But
Change it up, man. Make it more interesting.
it's going really good actually so far.
Is that the Milky Way galaxy?
Yes.
What is happening, dude?
So realistic.
What even is the plot to this game?
So the Dark Queen is like, I'm gonna destroy the Earth, and for whatever reason, this bird guy was like, yeah, we need your help, Bimmy Jimmy. So they were like, all right, cool, we're pretty gnarly, so I guess we'll help you out. And then there was rock and roll music and lots of flexing.
Yeah.
Here we are.
The Shadow Bust involved.
Alright, so these guys can be kind of trolly. We want to lock on immediately to this blue guy here. And they can also just not hit the UFO as well. Like
I'm seeing
this.
that.
Which is like this.
This is like,
It's a game within a game.
This is so sad.
this is exactly what you don't want to see. So, alright, we're gonna have to mash this guy to death.
Oh, I can see why you don't want to actually like spam your bullets. Holy moly.
So this part works a little bit different. Instead of, whereas in the first half you have a button to navigate, like to move forward and back with the ship. This one you kind of just use the D-pad and mash like crazy.
See more spaghetti.
Hopefully don't take that much damage, but
You're doing great, Colin.
I'm doing something.
Just look at me. You're just blowing him up, man. You're like the best gamer alive. I'm so proud of you.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh.
All right, cool. So that's like probably the most frustrating level for a lot of people, and it's over, so yeah, it's a relief. Now we get to enjoy some more kicking people and jumping around real fast.
Did you just hop on the rocket?
Yes.
This is amazing.
This is this is the 90s, so we can breathe in space still.
Indeed.
It's definitely the 90s.
So those guys are one hit. Some of those rat guys are one hit. Some of them 2 hit right here. You'll see me use the. Never mind. You didn't see anything.
I too enjoy guttural sounds in my fighting game speed game.
But yeah, so you can redirect the knee press on that guy and one hit the rat that's coming out the door if you do it properly. Also, hopefully some Death War pipe coming up here. This is super duper tight. If you're pressing down like I just did there, you might miss it, but we got it. All right, cool.
Yo, nice.
Sweet.
It's a hard one.
So unlike every other dynamite guy in the game, these guys are not RNG, and it's awesome. Just staying in the right spot. We can do a high jump there and just kind of skip those flames.
I like this track. This is a good track.
It's a banger.
This is probably one of the better ones. And, well, actually, the whole game is really good.
You would think jumping on a rocket and flying through space would have a good track.
They followed it up with it.
I was happy it delivered.
I mean, it's pretty awesome to be like, you know, kicking butt on a rocket anyways. So, I mean,
What's up with your guys' hitbox, by the way? Like, his head was pretty much in that fire going up, like, initially.
all right, cool. So I came up with a bunch of strats here that are super difficult and barely save time, so hopefully we get them. All right, cool. So that's the knee press redirect that I was talking about. It's actually really hard to do here.
It's like a ground pound.
Yahoo!
Can you be LJ? That's the real question.
I wish, 'cause then maybe we could skip some of the auto-scrollers. It's like all of level 2. Alright, cool. So these bull guys, if you don't juggle them like that, they'll do like this charge move and it knocks you down, and
It's like the rock enemies from Turtles in Time.
yeah, so kind of like it's really slow. It's possible to jump kick those guys, but you have to time it like very, very, I don't know, it's just not reliable at all. So you just kind of walk back and perform the dash kicks. But for the most part, you want to do a jump kick as long as the guy's not like in front of you or off screen, because it's faster. So yeah, interesting thing here. This guy, we can just knock him out of the cockpit without having to activate the cutscene and actually fight him and just kind of juggle him here. But he can also fall to the right, which is scary, and just do weird things. So
Wish I could do it like that.
that's level 5. So this level is also super difficult. I came up with a bunch of stuff at the end here that should hopefully save me, but this boss is actually, unlike the other bosses, kind of a challenge.
You went from a spaceship to the evil dojo. Go figure.
Don't question it.
It's the 90s, right?
It's like some sort of basement.
So these guys are one hit.
Is that a Battletoad in the back? Oh wait, what is that?
This is Shadow Boss. He's mean. So
I don't know. He looks pretty nice.
I'll just wait.
Oh,
So if you get hit by that, it instantly kills you.
it's my boy Sonic. See, I told you he was nice.
See, Sonic is on the Super Nintendo in the 90s.
It's a crossover no one expected.
Exactly.
Just made a cameo appearance.
I like how the
Any
ball
cameo?
doesn't even roll. It just goes back and forth.
You gotta stay calm.
I actually never noticed that, but now I'm not gonna be able to unsee
You're
it.
not going to see it.
So we can just run and skip all those lasers as long as we keep running right. All right, and
That was a really short level.
it went very, very well. And what am I doing?
That's why it was short.
Oh yeah, you're doing great, man. Again. I forgot about the emotional support.
So we can stand on the left side and bring those guys down and kill them both at the same time, but it didn't work out.
Is that a flying TV?
I mean, I'm still just trying to figure out what these guys are. Buff robots?
Yeah, I think they're Shadow Queen robots or something like that.
All right.
This mini boss seems very handy.
Here's the playpen again.
So we're coming up to the final boss here. It's a very interesting fight because we can just hit her while she's in the ground.
Yeah, that seems right.
Productive. I don't know.
There's some RNG factors in this run where the capsules can fall in our way and we will hit those instead of her because, you know, like I said, the game likes to take priority over everything that you don't want to hit. Or we can just fall into the fire a bunch of times. That's also not ideal, but
You got this, man.
it's a thing that happens.
You're good.
What do you?
There we go. All right, game.
Hey.
And that's Battletoads Double Dragon. So,
Time?
hope you,
Yeah, time.
hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
Yo, 720, nice.
Nice. 1945. On the mark.
Yeah, there's going to be an in-game timer here, actually, and you'll notice it'll be probably, actually, I don't know, sometimes it's random. Sometimes it's a minute slower, sometimes it's a minute faster than the RTA.
This game has everything, man.
Yeah, they did an amazing job. I actually found a really interesting glitch recently where I killed Roper frame perfectly as he started to do his like gun charge thing. And the game completely freaked out, and he started chasing me off screen and trying to beat me up and kill me on my way to level 4. It was great.
1954.
1954.
That's
So
actually pretty close.
actually very close. That's really surprising. But yeah, that's Battletoads Double Dragon. I'm Colin, or Colin Bolts. My couch.
DNinjaJosh.
I didn't even let you guys introduce yourself. Now I feel horrible.
It was a good run. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you staff. Make sure to stay tuned to donate. We got Mickey Mouse coming up next. It's gonna be awesome, so check it out. All right. Peace. Rolling out.
An incredible run by Colin. Great job. I like how at the end there, the Toad said, it was all down to teamwork. We couldn't have done it without the Lee twins, but you didn't do anything. You're right. You could not have done it without the Lee twins. We got $25 from B51, watching Battletoads from the hospital today, donating to speedy recovery for my husband and everyone else who's not home today. I'm going to play a quick Twitch ad. We'll be right back. Next up is our interview for Donkey Kong 3, by the way, so don't go anywhere. We have $25 by RL. Let's go, DKC3. Get those green bananas. Before we go to our interview, I'm going to do a quick ad break. That was for Annapuma Interactive. They made Donut County. I played that very recently. It was extremely good. You should check it out. We have $25 from Bahamut. Thanks for putting on such a wonderful event. Saw that DKC3 was coming up, and good luck to Void and to all the runners. I hope everyone's having a really great day. Yeah, I can tell. People are excited for Super Nintendo. What a weird concept. I had no idea it was so popular. We got $50 by Nate Sully. I need to see the Sonic 2006 run. Honk. Y'all have way better honks than I do. Terrible goose for a terrible game. We are $6,000 away from Sonic 06. And that will be at the end of the Sonic block, which is right after DKC3. It has been a good SNES block, bunch of amazing runs, some amazing races, still reeling a bit from our two races from earlier. $5 from No Name says, just donating to wish Dance Dad a good morning. $15 from Emerald Storm. Good morning from New Jersey, USA. First time watching GDQ. My mother was diagnosed with cancer in early 2019. Thank you for supporting such an amazing cause and keep up the good work. All right, friends, we're ready for our Donkey Kong Country 3 interview with Void. Give it up.
Dude, we usually don't get applause coming into interviews. It's like, yes! Sitting on a couch talking, let's go! Rolling deep. All right.
You're just that handsome.
I know, right? Thank you. No, it's all for you. Again, guys, I'm SpikeVegeta. We are here at AGDQ2020 in the middle of the Super Nintendo block. Always hyped for this block. And we're going to be kicking it off, or we're going to be getting further into it with Great Circus Mystery after this, and then completing it with Donkey Kong Country 3, 103% by Void. How you doing, my man?
Hello and welcome. Doing good. How about you?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm rolling deep, just enjoying, just literally rolled out of bed.
Same.
I was like, hope he gets there in time. All right. But now, man, it's been a long journey. There was a time I wasn't sure if 103% DKC3. You know, we've done 101, we've done 102 of the first two games. I don't know if we do 103 or not. Are you a little surprised it's here as well?
This is 103's first showing at a GDQ.
Yep.
Yeah, like we've been like asking for 103 to be in GDQ for a couple of years now. So pretty stoked that it got in, even though it wasn't supposed to be me at first. It was supposed to be Sui from Japan. But yeah, shouts to him, by the way. And post Sabaping, he loves that emote in the chat. But yeah, he was supposed to run DKC3, couldn't make it, unfortunately. But yeah, hope I can get a good run for my boy.
I think we can all feel pretty confident in you. As soon as you heard, oh, I'm the one doing the runs, you got world record. You grinded it.
Yeah, I really wanted a good time. And like, I wanted to make sure I wouldn't disappoint Sui Senpai, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, you know, it felt like it was only a couple years ago, really. DKC3 almost felt like the redheaded stepchild, for at least from a speedrunning standpoint in this series. DKC2 has everything. It's the sexy one. DKC1's got jump rolls and Diddy in it. DKC3, you're rolling around with Kiddy Kong. Like, it's a little rough. But it has come so far the last couple years.
I feel like part of that is because back then, not a lot of people ran that game because, yeah, as you said, it was like, it was frowned upon, and like DKC1 and DKC2 had a bunch of runners, and DKC3 didn't have that many, so like it wasn't as optimized as those two, or it took longer for it to be optimized. Yeah. So yeah, like just in the last year and a half, like we found a lot of time saves in 103, so it was actually like a really good time to run 103 this year.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's talk.
Or last year, as it turns out.
Are there specific glitch finders, routers? Who would you give the biggest shout outs to as the pioneers of bringing DKC3 and 103 to where it is today? Yeah.
So when I started running, the world record was held by Takio, so I guess he was really the pioneer.
Starting point.
Yeah, he was really the pioneer of that category, and I think I picked that category up in 2016, I want to say, and I was like, yeah, this time can be optimized, so back then it was like a 201, so I was able to get the first sub 2, and then afterwards, Suzuri from Japan, he did run DKC3 in the past in this marathon, and we ended up trading the record back and forth in that category, and then Sui came along, and Sui was just like, yeah, let me take the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Don't worry about it. But you said, yeah, the first sub 2. What's it down to now? Like a 150?
151.31.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
it's come a
long way. Yeah, like
absolutely.
In 2 years, it might end up being sub 150. Who knows?
I got a social media question here from Kobayashi Des. What's the hardest strat to pull off during a run? I want to talk about just the difficulty, what you're worried about in here.
So there's a strat in 1.5 that I'm gonna go for. It's called Ellie Skip. It's basically a 2-frame window to skip the Ellie barrel, and like you break through the entire level, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna do a different route through that level to make sure you guys see it, because it's a really cool trick to see.
Yeah, I remember I was talking about that a little bit. Ellie is a very slow animal buddy, so getting to just like do an entire level where you're supposed to be using her, that'd be really cool to watch.
Yeah.
So. For sure. I also want to talk to you about the fact, people who watch GDQs out there, we got a lot of people like, this is really their only speedruns they watch. So they might think to themselves, oh, it's Void, the Donkey Kong Country guy. That's what he does. And they wouldn't think you run anything else. You're actually a top runner at stuff like Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island, Tropical Freeze that I love, tons of games out there, Super Mario RPG. If you got to be on the games committee and you got to decide, I'm gonna run this marathon, what non-Donkey game would you love to get an opportunity to show off your skills?
That's a really good question. Maybe Prime.
Ooh, Metroid. About to say, something I didn't even say. Metroid Prime, bringing up the Super Nintendo game.
Okay, so like, Prime is my favorite game of all time, and I've been like putting off for the longest time. But like, If I can run the show, then yeah, sure. Like, let me do a prime playthrough.
Any percent or hundo?
Speed walk, any percent.
90%.
I've never hundoed prime. As much as I love the game, I've never hundoed it.
Dude, that's every speedrunner ever. Like, if you run any percent, talking to so many Super Mario Odyssey nerds, they're 880 moons in that game. They got 124 and then started running it. They don't know what 90% of that game looks like.
Too many moons, man.
I love that game. There's still too many moons. Got one more social media question here from Masumi Official. Void, Kiddy Kong or Donkey Kong if you had to play with one of them?
No.
That's what DKC2, man. They just got the two light ones and we're good. Kiddy at least beats Donkey, doesn't he? If you had to.
Well, Donkey is good in the later games.
He is, yeah.
Returns and Trop. I keep saying that, but like people are like, no, Donkey sucks.
No,
if you're Donkey, you're dead.
He upped his 40 time, dude. The new games.
I like Donkey in the new games.
Yeah, he's good. And one more question here. Just want to get a quick plug from someone who definitely doesn't already know this answer. From the Saban, what website should I visit if I want to roll deep speedrunning Donkey Kong Country games?
DKCSpeedruns.com. Also, check the Discord.
Yeah.
Join the Discord and click database and hope you like broccoli.
The memes will be aplenty, I tell y'all. DKC community is one of my favorite communities in speedrunning. They love to just have fun in there, so make sure you guys check that out. Void, once again, looking forward to that run. This is gonna be exciting. First time ever showing off 103. We're gonna kick you over to our resident prize man, Sent, to go over a bunch of awesome prizes you can still get into the drawing for.
Thank you so much, Spike. We do have some absolutely wonderful prizes this morning for Super Nintendo Block. But first, real quick, I just got to mention one thing about the Donkey versus Kiddy debate. One of those two Kongs came back. One of those two Kongs learned how to moon kick. One of those two Kongs became a useful member of Kong society. And the other one is Kiddy Kong. Just putting that out there. Anyway, guys, we got a bunch of great prizes for you. Now, for a $5 minimum donation, between now and the end of Donkey Kong Country 3, that 103% run by Void, we have this Battletoads mini plush. It's a super cool mini plush for our friends over at Fangamer and Capcom. It's of Rash. He can latch onto things. You can put him on your headset. I'm not going to, because then I'd have to take him out of the package and ruin a perfectly good headset. We're not going to do that. We also have some beautiful Super Jump Boy posters from Merida. Absolutely lovely style. You get two different variations of Mario, and you know, they kind of have that nice retro pixel aesthetic. Huge fan of them. For $10 minimum donation from now until the end of Donkey Kong Country 3, you get a couple of different things. You could win this beautiful Tea for the Princesses card from Sugarlight Sketches. Hand-drawn, absolutely adorable. Love the style on it. And it comes with its own little beautiful envelope. So you know what? The back of it is blank. You can, you know, write out a nice little card on it, mail it to somebody if you have friends to mail it to. I don't. That's why I have to give it away as a surprise. Like, yeah, it's the reality of things.
I love you, Sam.
Also for $10, we have this beautiful Dixie's Appeal. Appeal, it's a banana peel. It's a pun, everyone. I'm not good at puns, but I am good at prizes.
I just call that a painting. What are we
It's an adorable painting by Puzzle P, one of our favorite volunteers. She's actually working with PCF this year. Super cool. $10 minimum donation. Love the style on it. Come on, guys. $10 minimum donation for a one-of-a-kind painting. What's not to love? Now, also from Fangamer and Capcom, we have this lovely Battletoads Battle Maniac shirt featuring Rash. And hey, look, I held it up correctly this time. We're 1 for 1 this event. I'm going for a new high score. Again, $10 minimum donation from now until the end of DKC3. It's super cool. So, from our good friend Maria Osha, we have a beautiful painting of the Koopa Kids. They love being mean. You know, personally, I don't really love being mean, but, you know, sometimes I feel like you gotta be mean. And as the antagonists of the Mario series, you know, sometimes the Koopa Kids gotta do things they don't really like. But the art style on the painting is really good. And, you know, I'm a big fan of it. And it's only a $10 minimum.
Okay, we get it. All right, well, thank you, Sen. You're awesome.
But I wasn't.
Calm down, my dude. All right, we're gonna kick it back up to the front, guys. We got Circus Mystery coming up, and after that, DKC3 by Void. Enjoy it, everyone. We're gonna need to talk. Woo!